Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV in this Manny Pacquiao versus Gennady Golovkin. Thing has got some traction. We haven't heard Golovkin speak on it. Golovkin might be back. I think he might be in California training. I know he got kicked out of Snack because, I don't know, he was just being lazy, and then he had a calf injury. But let's talk a little bit about Manny Pacquiao and Gennady Golovkin. And one of the things that, let's talk about Pacquiao for a minute. One of the things Pacquiao has never done was successfully unify titles. So, you hear Sean Porter say, I'd rather have Pacquiao career, this, that, and the third. Floyd Mayweather unified titles several times over. Pacquiao has never successfully unified titles. Every time he had a unification bout, he lost. Eric Morales, he had a draw. Rahman, Marquez. So one thing we talk about, you trying to say how great Manny Pacquiao is. Pacquiao has never unified a title in a, multiple belt title era. So that's a nice little fun fact for people out here capping for Manny Pacquiao, like Sean Porter saying he'd rather have Pacquiao career. Pacquiao has never rubbed two belts together. It's cute that he's an 8-division, world title holder. We can give him that, but he's a guy who never unified. You know what I'm saying? So how can you say he was lineal when he never fought other alphabet champions? So even if he go up there and beat Golovkin, he still ain't unified the belt. But that fight in particular, Triple G gonna win that fight. As long as he don't drain Triple G. Triple G 40 years old. It's the same thing about Canelo moving up fighting Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? He gonna put restrictions on him. And you want to impress me? Do what Henry Armstrong was doing, was fighting dudes at their weight with no catch weight, no rehydration clause. Wearing bigger gloves. None of that shit. If you go up there and fight Golovkin, that says a lot about his situation, about not wanting to fight Crawford, not wanting to fight Errol before the car accident. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to fight those guys. The only reason he fought Keith Thurman because he seen Keith Thurman was vulnerable. And what people don't tell you about the Keith Thurman fight is that he knew Keith Thurman. He waited to the last, or he waited late to get the fight to Keith Thurman because the fight was supposed to go to Danny Garcia. So he told Keith Thurman, hey, you can get the fight. Keith Thurman said, yeah, but Keith Thurman had already blew out of shape from January. So he caught Keith Thurman a little bit off guard. And that's Keith Thurman fault. That's not Pacquiao fault. You got to be professional at all times about how you carry your weight. And, he blindsided Keith Thurman with the fight. He edged Keith Thurman out. I think it was debatable. I had Keith Thurman winning. But, it is what it is. People act like he went out there and he obliterated Keith Thurman. I think a lot of people were surprised that the speed and how, he took some of Keith Thurman's punishment. He didn't act like an old man. Now, versus Broner, he looked terrible. His legs didn't look there. He looked like all over the place. He didn't look strong, in the bottom area. And he just didn't seem crisp and accurate like Pacquiao did. So it looked like Pacquiao was getting older. But, in the Thurman fight, he showed that he still got it. But you got to remember, that wasn't the best Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? That was a Keith Thurman that's still dealing with injuries, that had to cut a lot of weight. So when you compare him to a healthy Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I got to put them over that version of Keith Thurman. And not saying that Pacquiao can't beat them, but especially if they ask for drug testing, then I think they both favor over him if they're healthy. But with the Golovkin situation, it just says a lot that he'd rather jump up one more weight class. So it seems to be Pacquiao is looking for his final fight, and it may be true that he may be looking to fight. He might be looking to run for president, and was it 2022 in the Philippines. So like Pacquiao looking for one more big fight, but the problem is he probably should take a Mikey Garcia fight, and that might have to be with limited, fans or no fans at all. And then next year, early next year, come back and fight, Golovkin to fight, or fight a Crawford, fight a Earl Spence, Danny Garcia if you win, fight a guy like that. That's what I would do. But he may be looking for the final fight right now, and that's going to be hard to do because they have to go overseas. And then you also competing with Wilder Fury 3 that may have to go overseas. And they talking about, I think Mark Kriegel said last night, December 19th. You know what I'm saying? I think he said December 19th last night. So, so then you competing with them for overseas dates. So, you got offers probably somewhere in the Middle East, Macau, Australia. Maybe they could fight at Raider Stadium, the new Raider Stadium, in Las Vegas. And, they could fight it with limited capacity. So it should be very, very interesting to see where it goes. But as far as the fight itself, Triple G, it might look like the Kell Brook fight. You know what I'm saying? It might look like the Kovalev-Canelo fight where Triple G is just going through the motions and looking for a check. But if Triple G really want to, double up his bankroll and fight Pacquiao, you got to beat him and then get that Canelo bag. So it just seemed like everything that's mentioned with Manny Pacquiao is either with Top Rank, Crawford, or it's with the DAZN. But I do know he did request Errol Spence after the car accident, but he had no ambitions on fighting him before the car accident. That's the problem. So I'm always going to say that. But, it's going to look like it should look like the Kell Brook fight if ain't nothing fixed to pay it off. I think Pacquiao will be piecing Golovkin up a couple times, early on. But then I think Golovkin decides to put on the Jets and just walk Pacquiao down and show no remorse and just start beating him down. I think Pacquiao see Golovkin slowing down. What's so funny about it, Freddie Roach and Cotto would never fight Golovkin. So I do think he see Golovkin slowing down. Even the Steve Rose fight, he hurt him, where he got hurt in that fight. So, I think Pacquiao see that Golovkin struggle with people who got speed and and he really ain't elusive, Pacquiao, but he ain't really slick. He's just athletic. You know what I'm saying? And when he fought Kassim Uma early on, Golovkin, he struggled with the slickness of Kassim Uma and evasiveness. And I think Pacquiao can be evasive. His feints, he don't really have a lot of great head movement. Pacquiao, defense is predicated on feints. Pacquiao don't have a lot of head movement. He not gonna, give you the slickness, slip and weave. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna give you that, like a Kassim Uma did versus Golovkin. But what he will give you is a lot of feints, and then a lot of awkwardness jumping in with, lead left hands and just with a lot of awkward stuff. But Golovkin got a really good jab, and all Golovkin got to do is use the greatest punch in boxing is just straight left jab, and just keep it in Manny Pacquiao's face, and just keep him on the back foot, cut the ring off on Pacquiao, and just go to work with them body shots and liver shots, rip the uppercut. Golovkin, if he ain't paid off to take a dive, Golovkin should make easy work at Manny Pacquiao right around the same time he stopped Kell Brook. Which was it 5 rounds, 4 rounds? It shouldn't. If he go in there and this fight ain't fixed to pay it off, and he ain't drained, they fight at 160, which we know there's probably slim to no chance of all that happening or not happening. He should have an easy day with Manny Pacquiao. You keep that jab in his face, touch him to the body, and just keep walking him back. And that say a lot about Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Is that he'd be willing to go up to fight Golovkin, then fight the opposition at 147. That says a lot. Same thing with Canelo. Instead of fighting, we can't say Jermall does. But instead of fighting, Demetrius Andrade, you know what I'm saying, in most people's opinion, and the actual fact of fighting Triple G a third time at the time, he'd rather move up and fight Kovalev instead of fighting, other champions at 168, the real guy, instead of fighting Callum Smith, who was technically the lineal, but really ain't that good at this point. I think he's a little bit weight drained. He'd rather move up, rather fight Derevchenko, he'd rather move up. So that's just, Pacquiao could do whatever you want to do. I agree with Floyd. He's an OG. He can do whatever you want to do in the division. Should he fight Crawford? Yeah, but if you want to fight Golovkin, and they paying you more to fight Golovkin, you willing to take the risk and become a division world title holder, you know what I'm saying? Is that more important than unifying titles for the first time? You tell me, you know what I'm saying? The way he was getting tight, every unification bout he lost. Floyd, Morales, or he had a draw on him. He had another unification bout down in the lower weight class, he got stopped. So when Pacquiao steps up to unification classes, he don't win them. He either get a draw, or he get knocked out, or he get outpointed by Floyd Mayweather or by Eric Morales. So, you know, is it important for him to unify titles before he go? It probably is important, you know, than beating an old Golovkin, but non-division world title holder, that sounds good too. But once you actually break down and look at what he's done throughout his career, he hasn't unified. So, you know, he ducked Nate Campbell, you know what I'm saying? He does a lot of little lineal guys. So he's never been the man in none of his divisions because he never beat no other champions. So he's never been, you never could consider him lineal. You know what I'm saying? Like if he beat the guy in the division, you could say lineal. But usually beating the guy in the division, they usually unified. But he never unified titles. So is the unification bout more important with Crawford, with Errol Spence, if Danny Garcia win, or moving up to get non-division world title, and not in another weight class? So it depends on him. You know, at the end of the day, he already, you know, solidified going down in the Hall of Fame and one of the greatest fighters of his era, just like Floyd Mayweather. But when you never unified the title, that just looked funny to me, man. But, you know, but as far as the Golovkin fight, man, I mean, it's a lot of fights in boxing that's getting made that make no sense. Mikey jumping up fighting Errol Spence made no sense. Kell Brook jumping up fighting Golovkin made no sense. Amir Khan jumping up fighting Canelo made no sense. Excuse me. Canelo jumping up fighting Kovalev, it made no sense. So instead of these dudes, you know, fighting the champions in their division, now the new trend is jump up, you know, weight drain or jump up and win fights that nobody asked for. It's just no middle ground. Either we get the fights we don't want in boxing, or we get the fights they want to move up and we don't want in boxing. Do we get the boring fights, the tune-ups, or you got the fights that nobody asked for when dudes jumping up in weight? It's just give us the best fights. And you can see that in the heavyweight division too. You know, we've been starved in that division for so long. Instead of, you know, AJ and Wilder getting it popping, Fury coming from the depths of crack and drug addiction and PED addiction, and he comes from the dead, man. So, hey, it is what it is. Like I said before, man, Pacquiao can do whatever he wants. If you want to fight Golovkin, people can complain about it, but guess what? If it's the only fight on that night, people going to watch it. I think Golovkin should win the fight, but I got to see what are the stipulations in that fight. But I don't believe Manny Pacquiao going to jump up and fight Golovkin. I think it's all talk. But if they do, they do. I mean, I think, what about fighting Canelo? You know, that was the fight that was supposed to happen, and the weight was an issue, okay? Canelo didn't want to go to 150 or something like that. He didn't feel comfortable doing that. What's so funny? He another guy that drain guys and he don't care. So Pacquiao and Canelo, that could be a fight that they actually can do. Power of Kyle Power. You got Kyle Power and Canelo, and you got the Orange Juice and Manny Pacquiao. So I wonder why that's not a fight they speaking on. You know, they want Canelo to maximize his dollars. You know, with that big contract, I'm pretty sure Pacquiao and Canelo would do so. But maybe, you know, Canelo, a young guy. You know, Canelo, is a young guy. You know, he in his prime. He got power. He got a little power. He got some speed. Maybe you just see an opportunity with Golovkin. Everybody see Golovkin on a decline. And I think he sees an opportunity with fighting that man. But hey, don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Twitter is the fastest way to get in touch with me. Then IG and Facebook. Want to make a donation? Once again, just share the video. Cash App, PayPal description. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Let me know what you feel in the comment section about the video. About Golovkin. I mean, I know Town talked about him fighting Charlo. I know that ain't gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna fight nobody young. I think he want to fight Golovkin because he see the decline. But hey, it is what it is. We're going.